Hello YouTube, it's your boy Nathan coming to you to do another recap video. Today we are talking 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days, Season 7, Episode 4, Revelations. So we're just going to get on to it. We got a lot to talk about in this episode. Where do I begin really? Because this was just, it's clear to me that the girls are just outperforming the guys. The guys on this season are just questionable for me. So we're going to start with Tiger Lily and Adnan. So last week, as we know, and I had a fit about this last week, about Adnan's jealousy over the hairstylist coming in to do her hair. Well, in this episode, they're getting ready for their big, spectacular wedding. And Tiger Lily have brought in her little glam squad, her best friend and the dude that does her hair and stuff. Well, in this episode, Adnan told the dude, like, he could do her hair, but the other girl has to stay here with you. And he was just like, and the dude was just like, okay. And he tried to explain that's the rules and the culture or whatever. He was like, I didn't know that, but okay. So he doesn't. So they left them alone. Adnan went to go get ready and stuff and everything. And Tiger Lily's glam squad, they were talking about, okay, he seems a little bit controlling. And Tiger Lily was just like, well, I'm his most prized possession, basically. And they asked them, like, how was, like, their intimacy, like, when they first, like, did it and stuff. And, like, she said there was no problems. But then she started to sound, like, really, like, bougie when she said this. Don't guys just know? Ain't it, like, don't guys just know always what to do? Ain't it natural for them or whatever? And I'm just like, it takes time, and I don't know. I don't know. She also mentioned that she really never been to a wedding. She's in her 40s and never been to a wedding. And the producers asked her, like, you never been to a wedding? And she said, well, my ex-husband, like, had me, like, locked up all the time. I wasn't allowed to have friends or anything. And I'm just like, okay, but you didn't go to a wedding when you were a kid, like a parent or a friend or whatever and everything? I don't know. So they talked about that, and then Adnan came in, and they rode to the place where they're going to have the wedding, and it was just this big, spectacular extravaganza wedding. Like, it was another beautiful wedding. I'll tell you, these other countries really go out with with these weddings, man. Like, they really do. Like, it was really nice. 200 people. We'll see more of it next week and everything. Both Tiger Lily and Adnan looked really good in their wedding gear and stuff. So I am concerned, like, about his controlliness and stuff and everything, because, like, I understand the culture, but I don't know. It's just weird. And Tiger Lily's even said that she's even questioning, like, okay, what rules can we have? What are meant to, like, what are the rules? Like, why one is bigger than the other or whatnot and stuff. I don't know. She's just in for a rude awakening after this wedding is over, in my opinion. So that was Tiger Lily and Adnan. Next couple I want to talk, and we finally got to meet the couple that I've been waiting for. Niles and Matilda. I've been waiting to meet this couple for since the previous drop. So we only met Niles in this episode. And Miles is 27. He's from Mobile, Alabama. He has autism spectrum disorder and everything. He does function pretty well. He drives, he works really well, and does a lot of things. So he is functioning really well. He says that, like, he's very blunt in what he says, and he, like, offends a lot of people when he's not trying to. He reminds me of me a little bit, because I used to be like that when I was younger, but I grew out of that eventually. But he said he's like that and everything, and he can't stand, like, the sensory things, like the like beeping noises, and like because we seen him like make some bacon at his house or apartment, wherever he's staying at, and he burnt his bacon and his fire alarm went off. And he said when he was pushing the button to stop the fire alarm, that that noise is just like a beating to the head for him. So so that's just something he has to that he has to unfortunately deal with. He said that he was always different in school and stuff and everything, and then got picked on a lot and everything. So when years later they finally did tests on him, and he was diagnosed with autism and stuff, autism spectrum disorder. So he said he hasn't had much luck in relationships and everything until he met Matilda. Matilda is 23 years old from Ghana. We're probably about to cross Ghana off the list for before the 90 day fiance. And he said that she accepts him being autistic and everything and whatnot and everything and stuff. And they've been together for 2 years. And he wants to propose. Well, he actually did propose to her. He proposed to her on the phone, and she said yes. And he said to his surprise, she is going full force of planning the wedding. Now, the thing is, Niles does not really want to marry Matilda on this trip. Matilda's under the impression that they're going to get married on this trip, and Niles is not wanting to. He wants to get to know her first and everything. And so we seen Niles, like he had to, we seen him DoorDash and everything. And then Matilda called him and stuff and everything. And they were talking about the wedding and stuff and everything. And he was trying to give her hints that maybe that they should wait to have the wedding and everything. And Matilda was just like, we're going to have the wedding on this trip and everything. And he's just like, But then they started being all lovey-dovey, saying, oh, I love you more. Oh, no, I love you more. No, I love you more. He said he could go hours but saying all that and stuff. He kind of, not as a Matilda, like from this early interaction, like, and I know things are going to change, but from this early interaction kind of remind me of me and my girlfriend, where we could be a little like that, a little goofy like that at times and everything. Some days I like it, some days I'm just like, okay, chill out. So, but they're so far a cute couple, and I'm looking forward to seeing their story. But my only concern about it is I am nervous that Matilda may have an attitude problem. So we'll see how their story lines throughout the season. So, but I'm excited because I think they're going to be my favorite couple this season. So I hope they do well. So that was Niles and Matilda. Next couple I want to talk is Brian and Ingrid. So Brian and Ingrid. Now we saw last week that Brian displayed a little bit too much information with his cat ear and all that, and how he has to all his preparations before he goes to bed and stuff that kind of freaked out Ingrid. This episode, they're going to. He had mentioned that Ingrid is going to be spending half of her time at her house and half of the time at the hotel and stuff. And they started driving somewhere, and they were driving and everything, and Ingrid was telling Brian about her dad, how her dad basically is scary. Now here we go again with another scary dad. Kind of reminds me of Thais's dad and Annalie's dad and stuff. So she was telling him how scary her dad is and everything. And Brian asked, how old is your dad? And she's like 50, 54 or something like that. And he was like, what? I'm 51. Ingrid was like, wait, what? You're 51? And Brian was like, yeah, I'm 51. You didn't know that? And she was like, no, you told me you were 45. And he's like, no, I didn't. She was like, yes, you did. You said you were 45. You were 43 when we met. And she also said that your profile said that you're in your 40s. Brian is just like, I don't know how that got lost in translation, but clearly I'm 51. I'm not 45 or whatever and everything. But I'm still the same person regardless and everything. So who's lying? It sounds like you're lying, Brian. It sounds like you're lying. So they have that discussion, and Ingrid is just like, what else is he going to hide from me and everything? And Ingrid, it was just starting to get a little taken back from everything because there was just so much coming at her at once. So then finally, Brian tells the story about how what really happened with his carjacking shooting when he got shot to make him paralyzed to be in a wheelchair. Brian used to be on that stuff, if you know what I mean. He used to be a dealer. And I don't mean a car dealer. I don't know if I could say the word that I want, the word that it really is on YouTube, but it starts with a D and ends with a G. And so he was about that life, and he said that he has no regrets about that life, even though it was crazy to say because it was fun and stuff. I'm sure it was and everything, but what had happened is that his carjacking scene was not no freak accident. He had said that like the person who he said that his ex ordered the carjacking because what happened was he was driving and then somebody came up to him and said, I'm going to take your car or whatever, and I have a gun, and Brian started fighting the person with the gun, and then the guy just shot, and then the person just shot him with that, and that's how he got paralyzed and everything. And come to find out, it was actually ordered by his ex. And I'm just like, wow. So Ingrid is actually like freaked out on everything. She was like, he used to be a dealer. Now his ex ordered the carjacking, like, and then she had to ask him, like, what if, how do I know you're done with that life and everything? Like, how do I know you're not going to go back and be that life again? And when she said that, that offended him. So we seen them go to like the hotel and stuff. And Brian goes to the pool by himself, and he's all upset because Ingrid had said that. So asked him that, like, how do I know you're going to go back to that life? How do I know you're still not doing that life, basically, and everything? And Brian's just like, she needs to trust me and everything. I get that she's scared and everything, but she needs to trust me. Like, that was effed up that she asked that or whatever and everything. And I'm just like, dude, you lied about your age. I believe Ingrid. I don't believe you. You lied about your age. And then you disclose all kind of information about your private area on how you get to sleep on the first night to her. Then you tell her you used to be a dealer. And then you tell her the full story about your carjacking shooting. That's a bit much. And so she is freaked out. And I would be too. There's no reason behind it. Like I don't blame her and stuff. So he could get all pissy all he wants, but he should know that was going to be the reaction that she was going to give. So he's going to have to do a lot to prove that he really loves Ingrid, because she's going to leave him. And me personally, if someone came and told me they used to be a dealer, I mean, it's unfair to judge like their past and everything when you didn't see their past, but like that would kind of be a deal breaker for me, whether they're doing it or not. But that's just me. I'm not saying that to judge, so don't come at me in the comments saying that you're being judgmental about that. No, it's just my preference. I'm not about that life. Just saying, I am not about that life, and will never be. So yeah, but anyway, that was Brian and Ingrid. Next couple I want to talk is Sunny and Vea. So let me talk a little bit about Vea. We seen Vea in, like, she's prepping for her trip. We seen her talking on video chat with Sunny. She goes into the bathroom. Now, we met Sunny last week. I mean, he's Muslim, Indian, like, he's like almost like all of it, but he's not like the strict one. He's not an Adnan, basically, and everything. And Vea goes in the bathroom and takes a shower. And Sunny's like, can I come with? And she's like, oh, my old phone got destroyed last time we did this. He's like, oh, come on, baby. And she's like, okay, let's go. She goes into the shower and video chat with him while she's taking a shower so he can see all her stuff and everything. I'm just like, Why did they show that? Why do they show that? Like, for real, I mean, why do they really show that? That's just not. That should just be your own private time. If that's the way y'all operate and like to do things, cool. But ain't nobody want to see that live and stuff. So then they go back to after she's out the shower, she goes back into her bedroom and they start talking about the trip and everything and like where they're going to be staying. Vea had asked Sunny that, do your parents know that I'm going to be staying with you and everything? And do they want you? And he said no. And do they want you to marry a Muslim woman or American woman? And Sonny was like, we never really talked about this because I didn't know what your opinion on about it is. And he said, like, like, it's your choice. Would I like for you to convert to Muslim? Yes, but I'm not gonna like force you to convert to Muslim, if that makes sense, basically. And then Vea tells a story about how, because when we met Vea last week, she grew up in foster care. So she said that, like, one of her foster parents, like, were so strict that they controlled everything. She said that they controlled what they wear, when to eat, when not to eat, when to go to the bathroom, when not to go, and X, Y, and Z. It was kind of ridiculous. So she says she believes in God, but she doesn't really care about religion. And I will admit that is a little bit extreme and stuff and everything. So then, as we all know, though, Vea is going to be bringing her ex-boyfriend Roy to South Africa when she goes to meet Sunny. Now, I forgot to mention this last week. Rory had comment on Sunny's photos a while ago and just had all laughing emojis on all his pictures. The thing I flipped out about last week is the ex thing. Why are you bringing your ex to South Africa? So in this episode, we got to meet Rory. He came over. They took Vea's dog to a dog sitter, and she was giving instructions on the dog on what to do with the dog. She said change the dog's diaper and put a shirt on him. I'm just like, oh, here we go. Here we freaking go. I ain't got it. I can't deal with this. I can't. So her and Rory started talking. He asked her, like, he said that Rory said, it is a little weird that she wants to bring me to South Africa, but I've traveled the world with her before, and if she's not if we were in a like scary movie, she'll be the first to die or something like that, and everything. No, that's convenient. And so he asked her, does Sunny know that I'm coming? And she said no. And so for him, that's raising some eyebrows because, like, why aren't you not telling him? And she was just like, oh, well, I don't want to get into a big fight before we come. And I'm just like, you're going to get into a worse fight when you get there. Just saying, you're going to get into a worse fight when you get there, when he's there with you. Then, like, Vea tells another sad story that she, when she was dating Rory, her, I think it was her brother. Her brother got killed by law enforcement. And during that time, her and Rory were pregnant and she had lost the child. And that's just sad. So like she's been through a lot. So like I'm not gonna explain some of her behavior because she's just looking for like all kind of love. I'm about to sound like a psychologist, but she's looking for like all kind of companionship and want to be around people all the time and just someone to actually love her. And that's why she's probably bringing her ex with this and with on this trip and stuff, because like she's really been through a hard life, strict parents, brother getting killed, losing a baby, like that's hard. That all of that is really hard. So I'm starting to understand her reasoning, but that also doesn't excuse her behavior and why she's still bringing her ex to South Africa, in my opinion. So we'll see how that goes. So that was Sunny and Vea. And the last couple I want to talk, Lauren and Faith. Lauren is a nasty nasty. He's just so nasty. So I'll get to the nasty part in a minute. So we seen him and Faith. Him and Faith are basically like they want to go around to the market in the Philippines and do like try some street food and stuff and whatever and whatnot. And like Lauren only brought like $46 American, so he had to go to the exchange rate and everything to change it to pesos. Well, he goes. They're walking around town, and things are a little bit cheaper in the Philippines, and he has a little bit of money, so he's in the Philippines walking around town. He bought Faith some like a new shirt and some new and he got himself some new slippers or sandals or whatever and everything. And Faith was just like, he's spending a lot of money. That's a little weird, but like he's spending a lot of money and stuff. But I guess that exchange rate, like the American dollar, is worth so much over in different countries and everything. Now, as we also all know, Lauren is also homeless, and he wants to live in the Philippines. So later that evening, they actually had a dinner date, like in their hotel where Faith works, with one of Faith's coworkers. I think Mama Dia, Mama Sia, or something like that. And they go up to have dinner and everything. And Mama Sia, Mama Dia, or something, whatever her name was called, asked them, "What is your plan?" And Lauren said that he is homeless and he wants to live in the Philippines. And Faith was just like shocked by that. She knew he was homeless, but she was shocked that he wanted to permanently live in the Philippines, because Faith wants to come to America basically and everything. He's just like, well, the cost of living here is better, this and that and everything. Well, Mama Sia or whatever said that, well, our status is not that good. Like it's really hard to get a good job here, like, and everything. And he was like, well, you know what? I'll work an American job online and make American money and live here. So it'll be enough to support us and everything. And she's like, okay, basically do what you want. And then he said that he really accepts Faith, the way she is and everything. And this is with being Faith's first boyfriend and everything. He accepts her and everything, and made her cry and all that and whatnot. So then after that, we get a text. We seen Lauren the next morning get a text. He gets a text from a friend that he was crashing over at their house. I guess they slept together, and I guess this friend got just been tested positive for gonorrhea, and now he may have gonorrhea. You nasty, freaking nasty mother cuss word. There's just so much I want to say about that. This nasty dude got like cheated on Faith, because this happened just a couple weeks ago before he went to the Philippines. Cheated on Faith, and now caught an STD. And now he's saying all this with a smile on his face, thinking like it's funny. And it's like, you better quit smiling, because somebody's about to knock that smile out your face, basically. And he was saying, oh, I was planning on talking to Faith about having an open relationship, but with me having this, I don't know if we could breach that how am I going to breach that conversation now? Well, no crap, Sherlock. And if I was Faith, I would be leaving you right then and there. You nasty mother. Like, let's just, I'm not even going to just too much acknowledge the cheating, but the fact that just nasty. Just nasty. He ought to be ashamed of himself. I was just disgusted by hearing that. It was just sick. It was just sickening just hearing that. Just real sickening. And yeah. And that's where we left off. So that is the end of my review. We didn't see Renee and Chidi in this episode. We still got two more couples to meet this season. I know we're gonna meet another one in a couple weeks and stuff and everything, but we still got two more couples to meet. So just be on the lookout for that, guys. But anyway, guys, that is the end of my review. I'll be back on tomorrow to recap tonight's episode of 90 Day Fiancé the Other Way. So stay tuned for that. And I appreciate you guys' love and support. Thank you so much for my new subscribers for subscribing. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all the kindness that you guys are. I've been getting a lot of comments saying great job with my recaps and stuff, and I really appreciate it. I'm not perfect. I'm not like one of those fancy ones that you see online. I just do everything raw. And until I get what I want to get before I go fancy, this is just how it's going to be for a while. But I do appreciate my supporters, my subscribers, and everything. And thank you guys all for being positive with me. And so I love you guys so much. So again, I'll see you guys tomorrow when I do the other way. So have a good one. Bye, y'all.